And welcome back to another video. Today we are reviewing the flower and the banana cups. So let's jump right in. Starting with Mario Circuit, the box art game of hit game Mario Kart 8. Not to be confused with a completely different game, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. And it's cool. It's a cool track. The Goombas are fun, and it being a Mobius strip is interesting. Doesn't change the gameplay at all, unless you get car sick. But it's fun. Basic. One of the first courses you play. First in a cup, so of course it's going to be a little basic. But it's fun. More Ultra Mini Turbos than most other tracks, which is cool. Anti-gravity for most or whole of the time. That's also interesting. Really changes what kart's the best on which, I assume. For most of the time you're driving on the track, you never even notice that it's upside down because you're focused so much. But then you look around and you realize you're on the underside of part of the track you're already on. Which is cool. I'm saying cool too much. The glider panel, that's pretty neat. Messes with your depth perception, but going over the sign is fun. In any track you can do it in. Or bonking on it. That's cool too. But yeah, not much to say other than all that about this track. Besides piranha plants. Very basic. Just a road. There's not even any rainbows on it. You know that a track is basic if it has billboards. That's one of the telltale signs that it does. And the Goomba stacks are pretty fun. That's about it though. Moving on to the next track. Up next we got Toad Harbor. It's a cool track. Every game should have a Toad track. A Toad themed track. And it's a nice little harbor town. Again, very basic. But, again, flower cup, so it can be. The little boat jump's nice there. However, on 200cc it can be quite annoying to actually hit. Ooh, too much boost. The branching pathways is fun here. And it's only actually ooh, double item. And it's only actually faster if you don't hit the wall. Which I think is funny. Which I do hit the wall there. But, because I get the mini turbo, it's fine. The trolleys cutting you off from the anti-gravity is neat. Doesn't come in play too much. Oop, wall. It's fun. And then the downhill section, despite there being a Statue of Liberty, reminds me of San Francisco. Just a little bit. Because of the trolleys and whatnot. And then you can drive back behind the trolleys there. Which is a cool touch. Doesn't add anything gameplay-wise, but is a cool touch. Again, more billboards, more flags of basicness. It's a common point in these first tracks that are not retro courses, that things are pretty basic. But yeah, hill jumps. You can bounce on top of the trolleys, which is pretty cool. It sends you really far. I'm not sure if it's faster, though, because you're in the air for so long, instead of on the ground driving, using your speed stat. Because I'm not sure how acceleration in the air works. Oh, but now we got a horn, so guaranteed first place. Oh, never mind. It heard me. But yeah, thinking about the architectural soundness of this town, having a jump there can't be very safe, and it doesn't seem like these toads own cars, so why is there just a drop-off? We'll never know, but it's interesting. Interesting enough to leave a comment, and subscribe. And then this corner here, I'm not sure if it's any faster. But that's all of Toad Harbor. It's pretty cool. It's a fun track. Not the best though, but definitely nowhere near the worst. It's a fun track. Moving on. Next up, we got Twisted Mansion here. That, weirdly enough, is not based off of a Luigi's Mansion. It kind of is, but it's not. Missed opportunity, if you ask me. Who cares that, at this point, there was not a Luigi's Circuit, Luigi's Mansion game for a while? They should still make things after those. It'd probably help them sell more, too. Copies of Luigi's Mansion. Not that they need help. But, regarding the track, it's interesting. It's a fun track, for sure. I'm not sure why there are skeletons in a ghost house, though. That doesn't make much sense. But other than that, it's pretty cool. The branching paths, this path being just infinitely better. And I'm not sure if the knights there are a reference to anything, because I haven't played any Luigi's Mansion games. And it's been a while since I've played Super Mario World. So, I'll never know. You'll have to Google that. A lot of these earlier tracks, they just got generic things for their tracks. Like, just brick walls here instead of more interesting things. I guess in the Wii U era, they never really had a lot of games to go off of, or ones good enough to make references to. And another thing, the anti-gravity, I'm not quite sure it's needed here. It's interesting though. It definitely messes with your head just a little bit. Oh, and I forgot to talk about it, but there's that mushroom shortcut there that for some reason, always to me, feels really cool to pull off. Especially on the first lap, because you gotta get the mushroom, and then you just gotta go for it. And there's almost no time to react if you get the mushroom or not. So I like it. And I prefer the left side here. Just staying flat. Keeps it straight in my head. And then you can also mushroom shortcut cut across the end here, which is a lot faster. So overall, cool place. I wish there were more painting references, but that's about it. Moving on. Up next we got Shy Guy Falls here. A very interesting track. Again, each game should have a Toad theme track, like I was saying, but maybe about every other for Shy Guys. Whoa, that red shell. Did you see that? I should have gone. Lakitu should have had to get me there. But yeah, another one where the anti-gravity changes your perspective quite a bit. Because I never think I'm on a waterfall there until I realize. Because I'm always looking at where I'm going, not featuring the track to see which way I'm actually directed. But this is one of those things on tracks that I don't like. Oil. I hate it. It's so bad. Ice physics are never good. In any game. Almost. And I just do not enjoy it. A large deficit to this track. And I don't know if Shy Guys were ever shown to be mining gems before this. It gives a real Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs feel. No, mining operation, just not underground. Oil on the track, it's faster, but I never want to take it. I'd much rather just surf all the way through there. And then the mushroom shortcut there. I've seen that you can hop through it and still get it pretty good, which is neat. And then that corner. I don't like that corner. It's too sharp, which I guess it's the end of a cup, so the difficulty is spiked a little bit. But I still don't like it very much. But it's not a bad track. This is just me complaining. None of these tracks are bad. I'm just somewhat of a complainer. And also, you wonder how they built this next to a waterfall. But I'm just rambling here, thinking of things to say. But yeah, the double boost pad here, well, trick opportunity. But you see, you have to hit the brake around the corner. I'm never a fan of hitting the brake in Mario Kart, unless it's a very turn-heavy track. But I digress. Moving on. Dry desert here. We have our first example of desert track. And what do they do to make it interesting? An oasis. Interesting choice, because that is part of a desert, but I have not played this track in a while. A horn! Anyway. You know, all the normal desert track culprits. Spinies, rocks, pyramids. You don't go in the pyramid, though, which is sad. But there is the Sarlacc pit. It's not a Sarlacc pit, but it is. They took out the giant piranha, though, from Double Dash. What a shame. And then, goodness, I have to watch where I'm going. The Oasis. Eh. If you wanted a green part on a track, just go to a circuit. But then there are Sphinx in the background. And the pillars falling, dynamically changing the track is interesting. But they're not in the best spots, which I guess is kind of the point, but eh. And then we got these fun cactuses in the background. You can't really see them here, but they're in other places. Those are fun. You can never hit them, though, because of the out-of-bounds area. And like I said, you know they didn't know what to put into a track if there are a bunch of billboards. Which means they ran out of ideas for their desert course. Shocker. I think they should just start removing gimmicks in the next game. But it seems like we're gonna have more gimmicks, seeing how different that new one is in the trailers. Think about that. On the Switch too. Oops. There'll be a new Mario Kart, with even more desert tracks. Incredible. Yeah. I'm rambling here because there's just not much more to say about the desert tracks in this game unless they have a train in them. You know which one I'm talking about. That's about it for cool things on this track. Very boring. I don't usually pick it. Moving on. So you know how I was talking about the oil slick, or ice physics, in Shy Guy Falls. That is why this is my least favorite track, Donut Plains 3. Because you can't steer. It's bad. They should stop bringing back SNES tracks. Nobody likes it. Everybody wish we'd just get Toad's Factory or something. Because if you're at full speed, going around this corner, yeah, not happening. Or it does, and then it's just hard to, because you have a Ultra Mini Turbo, and then you slide right out of bounds or into a mole on this part. It's terrible. Personally, when I'm playing a game, I like to have control, and this track just hates you for wanting control, which is why it's so bad. Not to mention the background is just green fields, which they couldn't do much with it, but ugh. And they even messed up the battle course blocks. They seem just a little bit washed out, which I guess is what they're going for this track, but I just don't like it. There are quite a few neat mushroom shortcuts you can do, cutting off parts of the track. And these older courses were not designed for these fast 3 laps. They have to keep changing the size. Like you see, I was almost lapping Morton or Roy there. You could see him. You could see him as I was entering the 3rd lap. Which, bad game design if you're almost passing the CPUs. Because they're designed to not be passed. Overall, bad track. Do not like it. Least favorite track. I never pick this. Moving on. Getting back on track, we have N64 Royal Raceway. Another one of the tracks that got quite the upgrade in the visual department. It actually looks like a Royal Raceway now, rather than just a regular raceway. And it's great. The royal person is Peach, and it's all pink to a degree, which is great. The hot air balloons later in the track have Daisy, Rosalina, and Peach colored ones, which is also great. It's wonderful. The trees here, it's colored great. The track layout is great. It's just a fun track. There's nothing to not like about this track. Well, except for the fact that I'm bad and miss my drifts. Looking at the background, there's a lot of just random stuff, like those swan boats, or the Mario Kart TV truck there, or Castlades? I'm saying it wrong. Whatever it is I'm trying to say. I hope somebody comments what I said wrong. Leave comments, please. But yeah, royalty, make castles, and the barriers are castles instead of battle course blocks. Not to mention the background looks cool under the great lighting. I can't really tell what time of day it's supposed to be, but it's great. It looks cool. However, they did take out that you can drive up to the castle. They even put a gate in. That's a little cringe, sad, whatever you want to call it. Not cash money. But other than that, it's an improvement in every way. Oh, mushroom! That's the best, when mushrooms are left on the track by lightning. One of my favorite things. But other than all that, and I know I said I don't like to break, but that corner is cool. Oh! I like this track. Of course, there are better tracks. Moving on. Rounding out the end of this video, we got DK Jungle. Any track named after or based around the ape is cool. It makes me go bananas, because the DK themed things are amazing. The music is great. The greenery is great. Well, greenery. The backgrounds of these tracks are great. Everything about them is great. The giant banana is great. I only wish you could spin off of it like the Master Sword in that one track and get a boost. That'd be cool. I'm sure there's a lot of DK Tropical Freeze references in this track, or from any other previous DK game that's not Jungle Beat or Barrel Blast. That's the one I'm looking for. Then I'm sure I'm missing those references, but I don't care, because I can enjoy this track anyway because of how cool it is. If I had to complain though, you can tell this area is a little weirder, because you can, if you look up, the branch cover there is a little lackluster. But they try to do a little too much. But other than that, it's really cool. Again, like that blimp there. I don't know if that references anything, but I like it. It's cool. And the DK barrels, I don't know what's in them. I've never hit them, because I'm a gamer, certified by the board. I'd hit one, but that'd break my perfect record. And fun fact, I believe those frogs have a hitbox. Not that you'd ever hit them, or I'd ever hit them, because like I said, certified gamer. You'd never catch me lacking. It's a cool track. Very cool track. Great way to end out the banana cup with a giant banana. And that's a bad way to end the video, with a blue shell. Terrible. How could I do that? And with that, that has been my review of the flower and banana cups in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. A good bunch, with just, unfortunately, my least favorite track. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I will be back sooner with the next video, I hope. Good night.